Hey everybody, when we get ready to celebrate the 40th anniversary, one of the things we really think about is at the starting point when we created our logo and selected our name. It's kind of like having a new baby, and as a parent you spend a lot of time on your logo and your name. Our logo here is been with us for 40 years. It was a logo that Paula designed in the beginning, and it's a logo that we've kept for 40 years. So how is it that a logo from the beginning can work so well across the whole range of experiences and the changing world over 40 years? Well, there's a couple of secrets to our logo. I think Paula did an incredible job in the design and the execution of the logo. As you notice, the first thing to notice is that the design is very simple. Simple, but purposeful. It has a little more than 10 lines on it, and yet with those 10 lines, you can see that the logo is a bird. And you can also see that the logo is a large bird in motion, and that the bird is a raptor. Now, that's probably as far as most people get in looking at the logo, but if you're very discerning, if you have a discerning eye, you can also see that the raptor is a hawk. So our logo is the hawk. And there's several reasons. The simple outline or representation is very elegant but still very, very powerful and very visually appealing, giving us a strong visual image. The hawk was selected for several reasons. One, as you can see from the image, a hawk, as all raptors, have large and powerful wings. So that is a statement of our strength as a corporation. The large wings means that this bird can fly very, very high. So we're both high flying and we have a long view. These are also characteristics of the company. The long view has another attribute to it, and that is if you're that far up into the sky, you've got to have really good vision. Vision, strength, flying high. Those are all attributes that we want to communicate with the logo, which communicates again in a very simple way with just a few lines. So that's the main reason that the logo has maintained itself as valuable and appropriate over so many years. It gives a very basic statement in terms of the nature of the company. Now, how did we choose the hawk as a logo? Well, we were in Minnesota. Paul and I were in Minnesota at the time, and having left my old career and started on this career of starting a business, we had a lot of free time, and some of that time would be spent simply going for walks. And so we were out at a state park in Minnesota, walking along a river. The river had relatively high bluffs on it, so we were on the top of the bluffs walking along the river. And as we were standing there, this red-tailed hawk came soaring by, about at eye level to us, because we were quite a ways above the river. So we were able to get a perspective of a bird, of a hawk, that you normally don't see. And that moment, that sort of mundane moment, just turned into inspiration. So that the hawk in its setting was simply an instant inspiration that I think both Paul and I took in. Paula saw the beauty of the bird and its role and its position, its place in nature, and I saw an abstract story, an abstract representation of the world and also of business, and how those all merged into a single view. So that's how we selected the hawk, and that's how the hawk was rendered by Paula's great talent into a logo. Simple, powerful picture, highly representative of the characteristics important to us as a company. The other main challenge for us as a starting company was, what were we going to call it? What was going to be the name? The name came about from as I was working with a group of people in Minnesota to try to start the business there. We had some venture capitalists and we had some other people that would want to invest in the company. And we were in negotiations and all the time with these people, engaging with them a great deal. One of those people was named Bruce Dalton Dayton. Bruce was the head of Dayton Hudson Department Stores at the time. He was near retirement and had been with them as it was a family business for of course since for many years. The family strongly believed that if you start a business, you should put your name on it. Your name is your word, and that means that you support both the integrity of the company and operate the company with trust. Now that's a little bit of an old-fashioned value today, and you don't see many companies today put their personal name on the business. But I had great respect for Bruce Dayton and his family and their view of how business should be practiced. And so I adopted that, and we chose Brewer for the name because it was our name, and we were willing to stand behind it. We were willing to stand behind it with integrity and with trust. The other part of the name Science is what we do. So you have both the personal element of the name Brewer that really represents your word, and Science, which represents what we do. So that's how the name got selected. Also, that occurred after many cards that Paula created with a lot of different names and a lot of different logos. We had stacks of 3x5 cards with ideas on them. But in the end, it turned out to be quite simple. A hawk for the logo with a very simple artistic rendering, and a name, which was our name. And that's how we started. And today, that logo, in both its simplicity and its abstractness, and the name in both its simplicity and its abstractness, still carries and represents who we are and what we are as a company.